Hello, it's me, Shondell, creator of the Craft Print. In this video, I am going to show you how to create these infusible ink coasters. So we're going to jump right on into the project. If you're new here, subscribe to my channel. If you like this video, click it and tell me that you like it. So let's go straight into what we have to do. Okay, so these are the supplies we're going to be using. We have our ceramic coasters made by Cricut, specially made for the Infusible Ink projects. Now we're using the splash pad pattern infusible ink sheets. We're also going to use the Cricut Easy Press mat. That is the smallest size available. And now we have Cricut's Easy Press 2, which is 6 by 7 inches. And also I use the little tool that you use for weeding, because it helped me with some of the small pieces. Since you see those nails, I decided to have long nails. And now we are in design space on a blank canvas. We're going to head over to images and we're going to search coasters. I just went through to see which one I wanted to use. We have 346 results to search through, and I'm going to use the round design that says enjoy in the center. You don't necessarily have to use this one, but I like to use it because it has like two sides, so the top and the bottom. If you want, you can choose something else, but if you're going along with my pattern, we want to use the enjoy. And there we go. You click on it, and at the bottom you put insert images. It'll come up on your screen right there. You're going to duplicate it because we need two, because we're going to cut it on two different color sheets of infusible ink. Now, if you want to send it to two separate mats, I'm just going to change the color. You can choose any color that you want. Leave it the size. Cricut already has it sized to where we need it. So then you're going to click on Make It. And you see here it's on two separate mats. If you want to cut on one mat, you can leave them the same color, cut your square the size you need, and put them both on the same mat. So I rushed and sent to machine, but I forgot to mirror my images. So even though I chose here Infusible Ink, we're going to go back because Cricut reminds you. So it says make sure mirror is turned on and material is linked side up. So they let you know ahead of time. So we're going to go back. Yes, we're going to cancel that cut. There we go. And then you go over to the left and you mirror. Of course, I was blocking the little screen for some reason. Just mirror your image. When you mirror, that basically means you're flipping the image. Once you do that, see, here we go, it's going to flip for you. See, it's the opposite way. Then you're ready to go. Send to cut. You choose Infusible Ink Sheets as your material, right there. And then you put it in the machine. And I'm going to show you how to just line it up on the mat and send it over to cut. Okay, so I have my mat. As you can see, it's heavily used. I'm going to be opening up the box, and I didn't realize I did it off camera. Now it comes in that black sealed bag. You just open that up, take out your sheets. Now this is a pack with a few different colors, and also it comes with butcher paper in every pack. As you can see, it's kind of cut. I used this before, so I'm choosing the blue paper. You see it has like a light dark pattern on it. Don't forget that. You'll notice once we're finished how it looks. And I'm going to use the yellow with that as well. So line it up on your mat, press it down. You can use a brayer if you like to press it down if your mat is not that sticky. And then we're going to feed it into the machine for it to cut. All right, so here we go. Load it in. You know, the first button that blinks is for you to load. Then again, the little Cricut logo is going to blink. You press that for it to start cutting. And there goes my baby starting to cut. Yeah, I call my machines my baby. And I talk to them too, but that's a whole nother story. So we're not going to watch the whole thing cutting. Skip over to our yellow. Let my baby get to work and cut our sheets. So if you don't know me by now, you know my machines are my babies. So we're going to cut this piece out, and then I'll show you how to weed, because weeding is totally different from HTV. Okay, so it's weeding time. So one thing I want to let you know that the infusible ink sheets are a different material. It feels more like light cardstock. So you're going to cut around it, leave a little bit of space around your circle, because we're going to use that blank space once we peel the sheet off, and I'll show you in a few seconds. So now I am cutting the blue piece, same thing, just leave a little space around it, especially at those four corners, because we're going to bend it to help the paper stick onto the coaster. So now the first thing, the corners around your peeling. Remember I said it's like a light cardstock, not necessarily like HTV or regular vinyl. So it's like you're peeling paper. Take your time with the enjoy part, because you just want to peel out the script wording. And of course, I'm taking a little extra precaution because of these long nails. But, you know, we're going to make it do. Now, keep going. Be very careful, because you want to also leave that inside of the letters. And you see the edges with the clear little pieces that I was talking about? You want those four corners to have a little bit of space. You don't want to cut exactly around the circle, because we're going to use that to stick it onto the coaster so that it stays still when we press it. So now with this one, same process. Obviously it's the same thing, just different color. Take your time peeling it off, and I'm going to show you how we're going to just swap the two pieces so that we can get our design. Now, this part you want to be very careful when peeling it off. So we're taking off the top. You can choose whether you want to remove the top or the bottom, and slowly peel it off. As you're peeling off, you'll see that there's the indentation on the plastic of the design. So when it's time to lay the other color back in place, you can just easily line it up with the little, it looks like a score line, but it's from when it's cutting. You see around the circle. Now peel the top. Remember, whether it's the top or the bottom, whichever side you're choosing to peel, you're going to peel that side on both designs. Nice and easy, don't forget. So now we're going to line them up with the opposite. Now that's where the little line, see, comes in handy. And it helps you to get it exactly where it needs to be. And don't forget to adjust the little dot for the J. Perfect. It's really easy. Don't be nervous, and if it sticks to you like it's continually sticking to me, it just peels right off. It doesn't really matter. Now with the orange top, we're going to repeat the same process. Just try to line it up with the circle that's cut out around the top and the edging. And also don't forget the little dot for the J. That's why I kept picking it up, because it wouldn't line up with that. So I wanted to make sure that was perfect, because when we press it, you want to see the dot on top of the J, because it is the opposite color to the one on the bottom. Now for the pieces on the bottom, they're really small, and I should have had my tool with me, but of course I did not, but it's okay. You're going to swap those two bottom pieces out. Try your best to line it up. The lines are there as well, just like with the circle. When we cut it, it's stuck there for you to see. So just line it up. Of course, I'm struggling a little with the nails, but I got it. Swap it to the other side. So I think I just went for my tool. Yes, I did. I hope you're still with me. You're still going along. This is not that hard. I made it a little harder with these nails, but it's okay. I'm just enjoying my summer with some long nails. Line that baby up. If you want, you can use any kind of tool, the tweezer, to kind of pick it up and hold it. I usually have my tweezer. Don't ask me why I didn't have it today. And just swap it. Eventually, I'm going to need the little weeding tool just to help me here I go. I'm not even talking properly, guys. To help position it back to where it needs to be. And there, of course, I use the scissors. But listen, as crafters, we know we use what we have to get the job done. Eventually, I'll get the right thing. Now place that directly in the middle. Take your time because we don't want it to be shown in the design when we press it, that it's a little bit off. We want it to be centered exactly. And of course, that last little piece decided to give me a little bit of a headache. But I guess you're not crafting if some of it is not trying to stress you out, you know? See? The more I press it, the more I move it, the more it didn't want to behave. So, like I showed you in the beginning, the little weeding tool, I ran off to go get that to help me position my little baby where it needs to be. There we go. See? You get it. Nice. Centered and perfect. So that's how our design is going to look once we swap the pieces. And now we're going to line it up on the coaster. Back here. So now we have our Infusible Ink Blank ceramic coasters. It shows you right there, you cut it. Of course, I didn't use the scissors. I just used what was the closest to me. Just be really careful when opening it because they have one of the coasters facing that way. So when you're scratching or getting into it, you're actually going to be touching the face of one of the coasters, not the back. So you want to try to be really careful. And I would say that these things are packaged to perfection. So they will give you a little bit of headache trying to get it open. But I like when my things are packaged good because then I know most likely it's not going to break in transit. So I finally got it all the way. Tried to bend it. That didn't work. So I'm just going to, rip it open. You see, it has that little sheet of paper, but that part right there, that was facing the front. So there's two facing the front of the packaging, two facing the back. So that's why you have to be really careful when you're opening it. There we go. Grab R2 and we're ready to go. So inside of your infusible ink sheets, it comes with a little piece of cloth. You can just use that to wipe it off. Some people have used a lint brush also just to make sure they're getting everything off of there. It's a small little white sheet. I'm running to go get mine because of course in natural Chandel fashion, it wasn't waiting here. You just wipe it off just to make sure there's no lint, no hairs or anything like that, because it will show in your pattern because that little spot won't get pressed. So now you're going to line up as best as you can, and then those little corners I was talking about, you just fold them down and press them onto the back, and that's going to help secure our infusible ink sheets on the coasters so it does not move when we press it. Voila, there we go. And now we're ready to press. Now the butcher paper comes in the pack of infusible ink sheets. You're going to put it on there. And I think I forgot to tell you guys, it's recommended that you have it at 400 degrees and press for 240 seconds. I did 360, a little bit longer. Ask me why, I can't even tell you. But it did work. You don't need pressure, just place it on there. As you can see, I sped up the video. And I totally forgot to press record when I removed it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go back, re-record, because the best part about doing any project is the reveal of the finished product. So I'm going to re-record, come back to you guys so you can see me peel and remove it. And we can have a little fun. All right, so I pressed it again for you guys just so you can see the actual reveal. Also, don't forget to let it cool because it's extremely hot when it comes off, and I'm telling you, like about over 20 minutes or so. Look at that baby. How gorgeous. How gorgeous is that? And for the extra one that I put just the Enjoy piece on, let's see how that looks. cute are they? And these are the ones that I made earlier that I peeled on video, but forgot to press record. How cute is that? Let me just bring them close because they're just too adorable. So I hope you try out this project as well in whatever pattern, color, or design that you choose. And if you do, and you post it on social media, don't forget to tag me. Let's get close and see those babies. Look at that. You can tag me at the craft play so I can see. And if you enjoyed this video and it helped you out, don't forget to like it and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys again on our next project.